Friends, welcome back, and I wish all my lovely friends a Merry Christmas. So, when we think about Christmas, the first thing that comes to our mind is plum cake. So, today I'm going to show you the recipe of fruit cake or Kerala style plum cake, and I'm going to prepare the non alcoholic version of it. It is loaded with lots of dry fruits and nuts, and does not require weeks and weeks of soaking, and it is moist, flavorful, and perfect to enjoy for Christmas. So, let's see how to make it. So the first step in making the plum cake is to soak the dry fruits. For that, here I have half a cup of dates chopped into small size pieces, 1 cup of raisins, half a cup of dried apricots, and 1.5 cup of orange juice. Here I have taken store-bought orange juice. If you are making at home, make sure you strain the orange juice, as you need pulp-free orange juice for soaking. Now I'm adding all the dry fruits into the orange juice. I have chopped out both the dates and apricots into little cubes. You can also add any dry fruits that you like, and you can also add tutti frutti if you have. If you think the dry fruits are not completely soaking the fruits, you can add more orange juice. You can add up to 2 cups of orange juice and soak the dry fruits for about 24 hours. 1 day of soaking is more than enough to give that nice flavor of orange to our cake. And I'm also going to add some orange juice into the batter. So cover the bowl with a cling wrap and leave it for 24 hours. So let's start making the cake. So for that, here I have 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour. This is the dry fruits that I strained from the orange juice. 1.5 cup of brown sugar, juice of 1 orange, 4 room temperature eggs, 1 teaspoon of all spices. Here I have taken 1 teaspoon each of nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves and ground it together. Half teaspoon of orange zest, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon salt. This is a half cup of chopped almonds and a half cup of cashews. So together 1 cup of nuts and 2 sticks of butter. So first, let's sieve together all-purpose flour, ground allspice, baking powder, and salt, so that everything gets combined well and there are no lumps, and we get a smooth, nice, fine powder. From the sieved powder, let's add 3 to 4 tablespoons of the powder to the soaked dry fruits, so that the dry fruits not sink to the bottom of the batter while baking and gets evenly distributed in the cake batter. Otherwise, everything will sink to the bottom if you don't do this step. Next, let's use a hand mixer and beat the butter until it turns nice, soft and creamy. Put the hand mixer on high and beat for about 3 to 4 minutes. Do not forget to scrape down from the sides and beat again. So the butter has turned nice and creamy. Now we can add the 1.5 cup of brown sugar and beat nicely until the sugar incorporates well into the butter. And here I've used light brown sugar. You can use the dark brown sugar to get a nice darker shade for your cake. And again, don't forget to scrape down from the sides and beat so that everything comes together nicely. Now the sugar is incorporated nicely with the batter, so add one egg at a time into the batter. So we have 4 eggs, so add one egg at a time and beat until the egg blends nicely with the batter. So all the eggs have been added into the batter, so now it's time to add the orange zest and beat again. Now let's make the caramel syrup. So into a saucepan I've added 1/4 cup of sugar, and I also added a tablespoon of water. So when the caramel syrup is almost ready, before switching off the flame, add the remaining 3 tablespoons of water. So altogether I've taken 4 tablespoons of water to make the caramel syrup. So now the caramel syrup is ready. So after the caramel syrup has cooled down, we can add it to the cake batter and beat nicely for 2 minutes until it incorporates nicely into the batter. So once that is done, we can add the flour into the batter, the sieved flour into the batter, alternating with orange juice, and fold the flour nicely into the batter. So I added the flour in 3 batches along with orange juice, and finally fold the batter nicely until no visible flour can be seen in the batter. Now finally it's time to add the dry fruits and nuts into the batters, and again fold the dry fruits and nuts nicely. The next step is to preheat the oven to 275 Fahrenheit. Now grease a 9-inch cake pan with butter nicely. It's better to use a springform cake pan as it is easy to get the cake out of the pan. Next, line the cake pan with parchment paper just at the bottom and pour the cake batter. Now tap the cake pan a few times so that the batter spreads evenly into the cake pan, and also to get rid of the air bubbles so that the cake bakes evenly. Now I'm adding some cashews on top of the cake just to garnish it. You can also add any dry fruits or nuts. Now the cake is ready to go into the oven and bake the cake for about 1.5 hours. Now the cake is done, and let's allow it to cool down. So now the cake is nicely cooled down, and now we can use a spatula and just run it around the cake, and the cake should come out easily. As you can see, our cake has got the perfect brown color. Even though we cooked it for 1.5 hours in the oven, you don't have to be worried that the cake might get burned as we are cooking at a very low temperature. So our perfectly moist and flavorful cake is ready. And from this slice we can see that the fruits and nuts haven't sunk to the bottom. It's evenly distributed in the cake. So friends, I hope you liked today's video, and I hope you'll try out this recipe at home. And as I always say, if you like today's video, please subscribe to my channel and also enable the bell button so you'll receive notification when I upload new videos. So once again, I wish all my lovely friends a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and thank you for watching.